Sextortion happens to both teen boys, teen girls. What we're typically seeing is that girls ages 10 to 17 are targeted for naked pictures and then more naked pictures. Or I will send your friends and family these pictures that you have already sent to me. My name's Joe Laramie. I'm a retired police lieutenant from Glendale, Missouri. I spent the last 9 years of my law enforcement career as the commander of the Missouri Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force.
Sextortion is a crime where an offender obtains an image, either a sexted or nude image, some kind of a compromised image from a victim, from a sender, and then they use that image to extort or blackmail either further material, further child sexual abuse material, whether that's other videos, worse pictures, or now a more recent trend is sextortion for money, financial gain. I'm Dennis Fetting. I'm a special agent with the Department of Homeland Security and specifically Homeland Security Investigations. I investigate crimes against children online and then also hands-on physical abuse of children that stems from online activity.
I think kids have this sense of invincibility, and they're looking at this world of, hey, I'm in this safe place, nothing bad's gonna happen to me, and I'm a good kid, and honest to goodness, kids are good kids.
I think a lot of people feel like they live in a bubble that's sheltered, and so they're shocked to find out when someone has reached out across the internet, social media, online gaming, into their home and done something to their child.
In the United States, some of the ICAC task forces have reported children as young as 5 sending naked pictures of themselves. I can tell you that 5-year-old didn't get up that morning and think, I'm going to take a naked picture of myself and send it to somebody. Boys, what we're seeing typically is 14 to 17-year-olds. They get this message from this really good-looking girl. She sends them naked pictures and says, see, I've sent you, now you send to me. And the moment that boy sends that picture, then the pressure is on to send money, because it's only about money or gift cards. And that pressure is enormous.
There's call centers in the Ivory Coast in Africa, for example, where there are groups, networks that are doing nothing but reaching out to children in the US, in Europe, in Canada, and they are contacting them either with a fake profile, acting like a same-aged boy or girl, or sometimes they will have an actual actor that's pretending to be someone and they'll do a video chat with the entire concept of getting some kind of a nude or sexted images, and then from that, this sextortion begins. We've seen across the country, especially with this new financial sextortion scheme, a rise in suicides. And from leads that we have gotten in, we've seen dozens of teens who have taken their own life because the perceived threat and the pressures and everything else pushed them over the edge, and they felt that was their only way out.
In some cases, from first point of contact to the time that they committed suicide was just hours. If you send money, they're going to ask for more money. It's never going to go away. So we always say, do not send money, do not respond to them, ignore them. You should notify your local police, you should notify the FBI or Homeland Security investigations, some local law enforcement. If you're not satisfied with the response that you're getting from one agency, you can call another agency and let them know. Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is aware of these crimes and they know what to do and how to react and respond. The most important thing to know is that you are a victim. You are a victim of an organized criminal, particularly this sextortion for financial reasons. That organized criminal and their organized crime group are really good at what they do. And you've been tricked and duped, and that's going to be okay for you.
With the financial crime groups, what we see is that if you don't pay and you block and you just disassociate, oftentimes they just go away because they're just going to move on to the next easy target. keeping a level head, realizing it is not the end of the world, that you don't have to take, if you're a child or you're an adult, that you do not need to take your own life, that there are resources both for mental health and on the law enforcement side to work these cases. Keep that in mind. And then block, don't contact, contact law enforcement. So don't contact an offender, but contact law enforcement or someone that can help, and then let the professionals take over.
Well, I would always like to do the driving lesson. Expectations. These are the rules. This is what I expect. I have taught you the rules of the road. I have taught you how to make this thing go forward and backwards, how to work it, but I'm now telling you what our family values are and what we expect as parents for your use of this device. And then, every time we talk about this device, we're going to have these conversations again. We need to know where our kids are. Where are you going, who are you going with, and what time are you coming home? Apply that to the technology. Where are you going online? Who are you going with online? Who are you talking to? And how long are you going to be online? I always do believe that no app should ever be downloaded onto your child's phone that you don't know about. The younger the person is, the more controls that you should have. So having those parental controls on those phones and devices is really not a bad thing.
We're not really preparing our young men to encounter this kind of thing, which is why we need more education, more outreach, more talking about this. And so you're right, when hormones are in play, when children are going through trying to navigate different relationships, and kind of trying to transition into adulthood, yeah, when they receive a text or you know, they're getting hit up on Snapchat or something like that from an attractive boy or girl that they're interested in, yeah, it fuels that fire and they don't know how to navigate that, and they oftentimes fall into that trap.
If we come forward with what you can do and that it's going to be okay, we can protect these kids who have made a mistake. And I always say, think in terms of that child who's come forward and said, I did this and I need help. This is the worst thing in their life probably up to this point, and they're asking for help. And so that we have to know that there are ways to get help, and all of those resources are available to you.